Primera pedida que calomina. I don't think there's a better way to start the day or to start the month than by going for a swim. The weather is still very nice over here, as you can see, but I'm ready for the winter as well. A lot of things that I want to do this winter. A lot of new projects that I'm starting or that I've been working that I probably haven't shared here with you guys. Like, for example, what I do with music. If you're new to the channel, I make music. And I have shared a little bit here and there about the music that I do. All the music tracks that you listen on these videos and these vlogs are all mine. And this is what I do. And I have different projects that I've been working that I would love to share that with you, so you can see what I do here in Greece as a foreigner. How do I live here in Greece? How do I afford my lifestyle? This type of lifestyle is something that I have always dreamt of, actually. And the older I get, the more I realize that I am turning into my father. My father, when he retired, my father moved to a very small horyo in Venezuela. It's very remote. I mean, if you think that some Greek islands are remote, I mean, this horyo is truly remote. You can only get there by boat, but it's still part of the mainland. In Venezuela, it's called Chuao. And Chuao is where you will find one of the best chocolates in the world, one of the best cacaos in the world. And my father, when he retired, he moved from Caracas, Venezuela. That's where I'm from, and that's where my family is from. When he retired, he moved to Chuao, this very remote horyo in Venezuela, with a very small population. And he lived that lifestyle, towards the end of his life. And I realized that when he passed away, and me living here in Greece and having all of these aspirations of living close to the sea and going for a swim and just enjoying the simple things of life, like these little things that I do here in Greece, I realized that my dad was passionate about that as well, and that's the lifestyle that he wanted it as well. My dad was a successful photographer, and but towards the end of his life, he said, like, there's no way I'm gonna live in Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela. That's where he used to live. And his paraíso terrenal, as he used to call it, Chuao, that's where he died. That's where he went to retire, and that's where he died. He was still an active photographer, even when he was a pensioner, so to speak. He was still teaching. He was a professor at a university in Venezuela. So he was still doing things with photography and very heavily involved in photography, and a passion for teaching and a passion for sharing his art and for documenting his life. So as I grow older, I think I'm turning into my father, siga, because I realize that I have the same type of passion. Even though I'm not a photographer and I know nothing about photography, I do have a passion for video, and obviously my career, so to speak, or my job is in music. So it's still in the arts. It's still part of that, kind of like space, if you will. My dad was just, a role model to me, because he went to university when he was young. He studied law, so he was supposed to be a lawyer. But even after he went through all that process, he said, like, screw that, I'm not going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a photographer. And obviously he's from a different generation. And, I truly admire that someone can actually have a career, and even by having your qualifications and everything, say, screw that, I'm going to go and do something that I'm passionate about, in this case, photography. And, we've been told that you cannot do it, we've been told that you cannot be successful in the arts and all of this. And my dad was a real inspiration to me. I don't know why this vlog is turning into talking about my father, but I think about this from time to time whenever I'm talking about my own life and my own dreams and goals, which are this, right? Like, grow old and be close to the sea and swim. And even though I'm not that old yet, and I'm still young, I'm living that lifestyle. And if you've been following this channel, you know that from day one, I mentioned that one of the reasons why I wanted to move here to Greece is because I saw the elderly locals in a Greek island going for a swim, just like I'm doing it right now. And that was one of the reasons that I wanted to move here to Greece, to grow old in this country and to enjoy this type of lifestyle, which is something that my father was doing already in Venezuela, even though he died young. Okay, he was not, he didn't even approach 70, and it's a shame because I miss him dearly, and and I admire his courage in many ways of pursuing his own goals and dreams, not only career-wise, but at the same time doing whatever he wanted to do, and it's one of those things. Kalimera, και καλό μήνα. Ωραία είναι. Δεν είναι καθόλου κρύο. Μια χαρά είναι. Τέλεια είναι. So, I mean, there's nobody here apart from this guy who just arrived. I see him from time to time when I'm walking the path from Carazona, from Nafti all the way to Carazona Beach. This beach where I'm at, by the way, is called Neraki. But I see him every morning when I'm walking, or most mornings when I'm doing the path, when we're walking from Nafti all the way to Carazona Beach. So this is Neraki, which is kind of like halfway. And then Carazona Beach is up the path that way. And that's where I'm doing most of my videos. And the reason why I haven't been here in the summer to swim is because in the summertime it gets really busy. I mean, this beach in the summertime is just, it is what it is, right? And I enjoy it when it's off season, like most locals. There was a lady here earlier on swimming as well, and she comes every morning, I think every morning, because every time I pass by, I see her swimming. I don't do it every morning. I truly want to do it more often, especially in the winter, because the water is still not that cold. The water is pretty warm. It gets colder much later into the winter, and But anyways, I think I'm gonna incorporate this into my daily habits as well, like swimming. I did it for a period of time when I've moved here to Nafplio because I'm so close to the sea. Like I'm just within walking distance from this place. But I haven't done it in the winter. I haven't swum throughout the whole winter. So maybe I will do that this year. Maybe I can do some vlogs. That'll be cool. And that will be a real challenge when the water gets cold. If you've been following me here on the channel, you know that I have talked over the last few months a lot about certain things about Greece, and I have tried to move away as well from certain topics, and I'm talking more about what I do here in Greece, like literally, like, hey, a day in the life, kind of, so to speak. And yes, how I earn a living, because a lot of people have these questions. I'm just trying to share what has worked for me, and this is what I've been doing. When I did a video about manifestation, immediately some people jumped in and say like, oh, that's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Well, it seems to be working well for me. I don't know about you, but you sound a little bit, like you haven't manifested whatever life you wanted, It's as simple as that, right? And that being said, we do have the power to manifest whatever it is. And, most people do it in the wrong way anyways. I manifested this lifestyle just by pure intention. And that's what it is, okay? There's certain things that I don't do that the average person does. And I'm not trying to say like I'm special, I'm not. But I'm around people that do things in a certain way, all right? Whatever that means to you. For me, doing things in a certain way is living life under my own terms, living life under my own rules, okay? And yeah, try to figure out certain things in life, like how I'm gonna earn a living while I live abroad. How can I work with the skills and talents that I have? That's a big challenge. It was a big challenge, I want to be self-employed, I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to go to the beach whenever the hell I feel like it, like today, for example. I'm not doing this to brag or to just rub it in your face that it's still winter time and I can still go for a swim here, and you probably live in a cold weather country. I'm trying to share it so you can get inspired and feel that it is possible to live the life of your goals, the life of your dreams. And if at some point it was a goal, that dream can become a reality when you choose to believe that it will be a reality. For me, my previous life, on a day like today, I will be commuting to work at this very moment in time, right? It was not long ago that I was living in England, and it was not long ago that I was living in Elefsina as well, with completely different setting, completely different lifestyle. When I was living in Elefsina here in Greece, okay? So, but obviously I live in a beautiful location, I live in a beautiful place, and I don't take this for granted, not one bit. And I want to share that with you, and see that these goals and these dreams that you have are within reach, only if you believe that is within reach for yourself. Because this, for me, it was just at some point completely out of reach, completely unattainable. And yes, for financial reasons and for many, many reasons. It's not easy to move with your family, with your kids, to a new place, to a new town, and I've done that. And yeah, figuring out how you're going to make money while still enjoying this lifestyle is a big concern. It is a big challenge for a lot of people. And I want to share that with you because since I started this channel, that's one of the main things that the trolls, were just talking about, right? And I don't talk about the trolls anymore here on the channel. I think they're slowly dropping off, or they're just, there's nothing else really, especially when I say like, yeah, you're right. I am privileged because I do work online. And here's how you can do it, by the way. So I am privileged that I can go to the beach on a Friday morning while you are, I don't know what the hell are you doing, but you shouldn't be watching my videos because it's working hours. So you should be working on yourself, not watching my videos. So I am privileged in many ways, but I want to help even the trolls to see that they can do them themselves. They can do things for themselves as well. Like this is how you do it. This is how I'm doing it, by the way. And this is what allows me to have the free time and the headspace to even record these videos, right? Like just record a video, go for a swim, and talk to you about what I do here in Greece, how I live my life. Like I want to live, like my father, like just very close to the sea, have an ideal life, right? A very romantic life. And live like a fucking rock star without being one, right? That's my goal. You can live like a celebrity without being one, whatever that means. You don't need a lot of money to do that. You don't need to have a lot of money in order to live your goals and your dreams. You think you do, because that's what you've been told, but you don't. You don't need a lot in order to live like a Hollywood star. For me, this is like I live like I feel like fucking hell, man. Like I feel like a true star because I'm close to the sea. I'm living my ideal life, and I don't need money to do this, right? At the same time, I enjoy my lifestyle, and I enjoy helping people. That's where the real payoff comes into play, because by me doing these videos, which, I do them because I enjoy doing them, and I can connect with others, then that means a lot to me. That's the real payback, to connect and meet people that can benefit from this. The same way that I benefited by watching and consuming other people's content, because I get inspired by other people. I got inspired by my dad, it's a source of inspiration. Like, I want to be like my dad. Yeah, I want to live like this. And I am living like this. I'm already living like my father. Yeah. Hopefully my kids can feel inspired and do whatever they want to do in life, eventually. And say like, okay, maybe I don't want to live like my dad, but maybe I can just pursue what my dad's principle and philosophy of life was. Maybe I can follow that. That's my aim, to inspire others. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Σας αγαπάω πάρα πολύ, όπως πάντα. I hope you're doing well. Καλό μήνα να έχουμε. And I'll see you in another video, my friend.